They didn't break your heart. They broke your expectations. Come take a walk with me in today's video and discover 5 ways to change your mindset and how to get over your ex. It's not just about time that heals your wounds. It's about your mindset and flipping the script. I want you all to know that you are enough. You can do this. And I'm going to help you get through this right now. If you hit like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, the people that have broken hearts right now would also greatly appreciate it. Hitting like and subscribe does help get these videos out to more people. So let's muck in and let's help each other out. Tip number 1, you have to stop being so comfortable with your breakup misery. So many people I've spoken to have, let's say, comfortably drowned in their breakup pain. It's kind of a self-harm in a weird way. People tend to cling to the pain because it's all they have left of their ex. Ironically, most people think if they work on themselves, if they move on or move away from the place that made them sick, they will get further away from their ex. And the opposite is actually true. The more you move on, the more you level up, the more you step out of the place that made you sick, the more attractive you become, and you're more likely to re-attract an ex. Now, why this video isn't about re-attracting an ex, it's about getting over your ex. The whole point of this is, if you're confident and living your best life and finding your purpose, you don't need them to come back. You'll be so focused on your purpose, you by default become more attractive and more confident, and maybe you attract someone that's even better than your ex, and that's the whole point, isn't it? So stop drowning in your comfort blanket, because the best shit happens when you step outside of that comfort zone and you start taking steps away from your ex. Tip number 2, know, not think, know that you are enough. And guys, I hear you. You feel rejected and cast out. This is your survival mechanisms fucking with you right now. Your ex dumped you, so they must have more value and you have less value, right? Wrong. When you truly learn to love yourself and you know your worth, you start to reframe the breakup as we shared some great memories, but we're now on different paths. We do our best healing and learning through the worst pain and our biggest mistakes. They didn't break your heart, they broke your expectations. So it's time to make new expectations and focus on them. Because the future that you had mapped out, that possible future that you had mapped out with your ex, no longer exists. And this is what, in reality, this is what you're mourning. That path that you had laid out in front of you is now gone. And you've had to take a major detour, and it's scary because the detour is a bumpy road. And given the choice, if we have a smooth path and a rough path, we will always choose the smooth path. So this feeds back to getting out of your comfort zone and knowing that you're worth it, knowing that you are enough. So I want you to tell yourself every day, I am enough. I love me. I know my value. Just because they rejected me and they walked away does not mean I'm not worth it, because guys, there are 7.3 billion people out there. Pick a spoon and taste a different flavor of ice cream, to quote one of my favorite shows, Friends there. Tip number 3, go to therapy. Now guys, I realize that some of you may not have the means, and I fully appreciate that. But if you can get it on medical insurance, or if you're in the UK, you can go through the NHS. The waiting times may be a little bit longer, but you can get therapy. Or at least at the very minimum, book a coaching session. Now, the coaching session doesn't necessarily have to be with me. If you don't like my style, that's fine. I can happily put you into contact of coaches that I listen to and that I trust. That's totally okay. Just get the help for yourself, because therapy and coaching is still taboo. And I'll be honest with you, I was very resistant to therapy, but it was the best thing I ever did. Therapy is about the why. Discovering the tools and a new mindset to help you deal with the emotional storm within you. Now, there are websites like BetterHelp. I'm not affiliated with them, but I know they're a very good service. So you can Google BetterHelp and they do all the therapy online. So there are means out there. So I fully encourage you guys to take control of this. And that leads me into tip number 4. Control what you can control. Guys, it's okay to feel how you feel, but you can't stay in that wound. Otherwise, it becomes infected. So what can you control outside of the usual stuff of going to the gym, losing weight, gaining muscle, improving your career, taking a class, or indulging in a new hobby? You can control the meaning you give to your situation. I say in almost every video, flip the script. So if you keep telling yourself that you'll never find someone better, that you will be alone forever, no one can love you like they did, and you'll never love someone as much again, then sure, your mindset will be dominated by this filter that you've installed within your brain. So change the filter, change the meaning. Change it to, my breakup is training me. It's training me to love myself, so I don't need a partner, because a partner is a want, not a need. It's given me the tools and knowledge for when I do find my forever partner, I can be a well-rounded, healthy person who has my shit together. Just imagine the people you will start attracting because you love yourself. You will attract someone on your level and form a much deeper connection with them. Way better than your ex. Simply because you invested in you. Simply because you chose to love you. You chose to walk away from a situation that was no longer working from you. And guys, that is sexy as fuck. And what happens when you walk into a room and you see a man or woman that is carrying themselves with self-love, self-worth and confidence? They may not be the most physically attractive person in the room, but they stand out because they're beaming with confidence, and that is what attracts people. So the final tip for today, and this may come across as a little controversial, learn to embrace boredom. Sounds strange, but stay with me. Classic breakup strategy is to throw ourselves into new things, which it has its place. I'm not saying don't do new things, it does have its place. But all of your new friends, hobbies, social life can become a distraction tactic. The second you have any spare time, your feelings start fucking with you. So you reach for your phone, you get drunk, lose yourself in work and so on. Constant distraction does not allow you to heal. Your subconscious is like, you can either listen and deal with me right now, or I will catch up with you in a year or two when the wound is infected and festering, and I will make you deal with it when it's 10 times worse. So the next time you have 5 or 10 minutes of boredom, rather than reaching for your phone or trying to distract yourself, sit there. Let the thoughts come out. Practice some deep breathing. Embrace, accept your thoughts, feelings. This is healthy. It's painful, but it's healthy. Just like when you have a stomach bug, your body has to vomit the bug out. Your mind has to do the same. Your mind has to vomit the bad shit out. So my friends, flipping the script, reframing the situation, giving it a different meaning. This is how you get over heartbreak. The memories will not leave you. Time will not heal everything if you're not doing the work. So you need to do the work. I know it's hard, guys. I've been there, done it. I've got the t-shirt. I've got the emotional scars. But I'm in a far healthier place than I was a year ago. And yes, it's a selfish process. And yes, it's okay. But let's reframe being selfish. Let's call it self-fall. And focus that energy inward. I promise you, I promise you, you will start to feel better. It does take time, but it takes work as well. And that's all I've got for you today. As always, I'll see you on the other side.